How are you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be looking at N4 Mathematics, which is the X papers written in 2020, which was written the last paper of November, right? So we have given question one. So we've given 1.1 says draw a neat graph of 9x squared plus 4y squared minus 3 6 is equal to 0. So this, as you can see, guys, here. This is usually in an ellipse. It's an ellipse. It's an ellipse. What you're supposed to do here, you can just write this. You can take that 39 to the other side. That will give you 9x squared is plus 4y squared. This must be equals to 36, like that. Are we together? We have our 36. All right. So then we have 36. We have to now, we know that we want to do an ellipse, and an ellipse must be divided here on the bottom. So you can divide by 36 throughout. Anyways, we have to divide by 36 throughout. Then you divide by 36 throughout. So you know this side. Obviously, this and this will cancel, will have 1. So let's go there. 4 divided by 36. You'll obtain, this will be plus here will be 1 over 9, obviously. Then we have there y squared. Then 9 divided by 36. Simply of 9 divided by 36. This will be 1 over 4 x squared. So this is what you have there. So basically, when it's come to ellipse, we are focusing on these bottom numbers. On these bottom numbers, guys, is the one that you're focusing on. All right, so you have to express this bottom number to become powers. Are we together? Because usually this, I can write this. Let me not confuse you. The formula you must have, let's say we have your, is like, guys, we have a squared over this. We must have a radius here, r squared plus y squared. We have now again r squared, like this. It must be equals to 1. But this r squared is not necessarily radius. Their difference goes with y. This is a radius along what the y-axis. This is the area along the x-axis. So we have to express in this format. I can express that. These guys, it can, don't worry, this y can go to the top. I can write the whole of that, like that can be, if I write it in this format, we'll have x squared over, we have to express now 4 in terms of what? Of r squared. So you know 4 can be written to be 2 raised to the power of 2. You see, we have squared, we have squared. I have plus now. We have now here uh we have y squared. Then I have to change 9 to become the root. There I'll have y squared divided by, and I change that 9 will be 3 raised to the power of 2. This is equals to 1. So these two, it's a r distance of a what? Of the ellipse. Also, this is r distance 2 of the ellipse. This is along the y-axis. Let me just do a Cartesian plane and see what I'm trying to say there. So we have these guys. All right, we know this is what? It's y-axis. This is an x-axis. So I'm saying now we know this is, we have x. As you can see, guys, here we have x squared. These r distance, we have this r along what? Along the, take it as r along the uh, It's r distance along the what? Because it has x, it's corresponding with this x down the top along the x. This is r is corresponding with that y along the y. So r along the x is this distance, then r along the y is this distance we together. So is that we have to determine, then we draw our ellipse there. So we have here, you just simply take this number, you exclude what? We exclude the square. You take that number, you take only that number, then the number, the base. We have what? X, but it's along what? X. We have there x. That means here we have, but we have x. But we'll have two numbers. But to make this thing is, guys, just take, after you have did this, take the whole thing, all of this, and equate to the other side. Just say x squared over 2 squared must be equals to what? Take this and equate to that. Take that and equate to that and solve. They will see. Now also can say y squared over 3 squared is equals to 1. You can multiply that side, we'll have x squared. It's equal, you know, this is simply equals to what? 4. You know, this is 4. I'm just showing you a simple thing. Take this, multiply that side, will be obvious. We know that is 9. Then you take the square root both sides. When you take the square root both sides, we'll have plus or minus 2. You see, you take the square root both sides also here. We have plus or minus 3. This is the coordinate. We have x along the x-axis. You know, x-axis here we can have, then we just say like that. We have minus 2. Also have x is equals to 2. There we have 3. Somewhere here we can have our 3. You have negative 3. You have positive 3. Then you draw your ellipse. This will be your ellipse. You join there. You have to join nicely. So you have to join nicely. So you have your ellipse like that. Goes like that. That is your ellipse. You'll have your ellipse there. Sorry, it's not supposed to be square, but it's supposed to be something like that. You understand? You simply just join. You'll write it nicely. This is your ellipse. This is how you sketch an ellipse. All right. So let's just check. All right, that's how you sketch an ellipse. Now we have drawn a sketch of y. We have given y minus log ex must be equals to 0. Can say y is equal, take this to the side, it will be log ex. But you must know that log ex is the same as ln x. So I can simply replace with that. Then you replace that, you'll have y is equals to ln x. So you have to sketch. You know, if you don't have a value here, that means you have the default number here. You're supposed to cut on, you have the default number that's supposed to be cut on the graph when you sketch, which is 1. So you have to sketch this. You simply know the graph of ln is simply equals to what? We know that, guys. You'll have your Cartesian like this. Then you'll have it won't touch on the, you have your x-axis and y-axis. Will simply move like this and cut on 1 and goes like that. It will cut here on 1. You understand? And goes like that. Then this graph that you'll have now here, this is your ellipse. This is the graph that you have, which is y is equal to ln x. This is the graph. That means this graph cannot touch here, does not touches the y-axis. That means the domain on this graph simply must be x. This graph's only, it won't touch here. It starts here, starts from there and goes to that direction like that. So that means x is what? Is greater than 0. Will be always x is greater than 0. That is our domain. The domain will be x is greater than 0. We together. Now have says draw the graph of y. This you can write, you have y is plus the square root of 2 5 minus x squared This must be equal to 0. Okay, this it's simply what? The semicircle. Because guys, you can take this to the other side, you'll have y, positive y to be equals to y equals to negative square root of 25 minus x squared. All right, that's what you have. So this is in the formula is equals to minus, we have the square root of r squared minus x squared. This r, it's a radius, it's simply the radius, guys, the radius, it's a radius. Then this negative tells us y is negative when, where it's y is negative. When you are squashing now, uh, so we have r squared, that means you have squared. Also here we must change this 25 to be what? R. That means when you change 25, it's the same as 5 raised to the power of 2, you see. So here we can simply say it's 5 raised to the power of 2. That means our r is equals to 5. So you know you have your thing here, your Cartesian, we have y, you have x, x-axis like that. So you ask yourself, says the graph, it's on the y part. They say it's negative where the semicircle is negative. Y is negative is written. Y is negative where? When you're going downwards. This portion, all y is negative. You see here, y is negative. You start by checking that. It's negative when you're going downwards. So, but now, since it's negative, we have our 5 there. That means here, our r is 5. That means going to this side, to this portion here, you'll have minus 5. Going to this portion, you'll have positive 5. You have negative 5 like that. Yeah, this is in half. The semicircle, it goes like this, goes like that. You understand? So this is simply y is equals to minus 25 minus x squared. It's the semicircle we together. That's all. You must understand the semicircles there. The semicircle. There's a video that I did talks about the semicircle. You must understand the semicircle. Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification button so that you'll be notified when I post a new video. In the next part, we are doing question 2. I'll just go section by section, but I will do question per question, not all the paper at the same time, but I'll do all the paper part question by question like that. I'll start by question 1, then I do question 2 in separate video. Thank you for watching, guys. All the best.